investigate the scene of the experiment. It's the experiment where we were made. Okay, that way's open. Oh, it's the shed that I was trying to get into before. It's open now.
The field with the dead tree. Good. I'm nearly there.
It's open. The gate that I wanted to open before it was a law gate. That's why we weren't allowed in here. Oh, the Scarlet Pimpernel.
Don't move.
Ah, that cursed dancer! May you be devoured by rust!
Hi. Ow. Okay, I was trying to parry. I messed up. And you froze him. Just punish him by boop on the ass. Give me stamina. Okay, we finished he. We didn't need to fight him. We could have just, you know, chased after the Caligostro, but wouldn't have made any difference. Right? Wouldn't have made any difference. And down there. Oh, he's doing more soul transfer experiments. Which we must have interrupted. Letters that we can't pick up and read. Because this guy's soul is just hanging out here, waiting to go into this body. It's oil. That would have been clever secret lore, though, if that was the soul of a righteous warrior. You know, just sat next to him, waiting to go into this guy because he interrupted the experiment whilst he was creating. Well, it's no longer an experiment. He's created plenty of robots with souls in at this point. But yeah, he was transferring that guy's soul into the body, wasn't he? Into the robot body. And we interrupted him. I went right through you. That didn't parry. I clicked drink. That would have been good lore, but it didn't work out like that. Not that way. This way. Okay. We don't need to fight the big guy. So we probably shouldn't. Just run past them. Right, this big guy for certain we don't need to fight. But the other one that's in the sheds... just zip past him. Bye! Now let's find our souls before we get hit. I don't even need to fight this big guy, to be fair. Just need to take all the loot. Aye, you're very slow. There's a way up there. Anything else in here before we go up there? You're very, 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 very slow. I'm definitely not going to bother fighting you. Nope, nothing. To the roof! Not the slidey roof. Whoop. Rabbins! Jumped over my attack. Perfect. Okay, I tried to dodge. Don't you dare parry me. I shouldn't have dodged that. I should have re-parried. Okay. I'm not going to bother fighting both of you. I'm just going to loot. Pick up the item then. There we go. Oil. Wasn't even worth the fact that it wouldn't let me pick it up wasn't even worth the danger. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, this might be though. Shoes and Capen and a bismuth block. Little shoes. Okay. Yeah, it's a good job I went over here because everything is still moving. Little shoes. There we go. 10 less. Not good. Not worth it. LaRue Colette. Was that what we got? I don't think it was. There was something Capel, right? Calmerol? Maybe Capel's a hat. LaRue Capelline. Cap. The cap. It's a Bloodborne. It's far less armor for very little gains. Like, a lot of the stuff that we get in late game is not worth it. I mean, maybe it looks cool, but... You know, I guess at this point you're meant to just be fashion souls. You're not meant to be relying on it, but I haven't really upgraded my damage. Essence of a spirit. Don't get stuck on the thing. We're not going... Are we going down the well? Like, that looks like you could sit on it.
He slipped through my fingers. Fortunately, he was unable to take his things with him.
Monsieur Leconte, who do you think I am? I can read between the lines whilst I fight monsters. I can see through your game. It wasn't enough for you to force me into exile. Now you must also harass me even from a distance. I command you, monsieur, not to write me again. Rest assured that you will get nothing from me, and that I will take the secrets you demand of me to the grave. Moreover, and for the last time, I strictly forbid you to use what I have taught you for the criminal purposes that you have in mind. And I'll pray for the salvation of your soul. This is all I can give you. Adieu! Monsieur Franz de Men. Realised I gave him a completely different voice to the voice that we gave him before. Anything else in here? Gates! Okay. It's just the... Again, a thing that we tried to see and open from the other side many times. You guys still don't want to speak to me again, huh? Investigate the scene of the experiment. What else is there in here? Just a guy? Oh, there's a lore item on the table. But we have missed. Get thrown across the room.
The sleepless slaves. They meant the automats. Feeding off the blood
Obviously.
of innocent people. Monsieur Raymond was completely mistaken. I must inform him.
I mean, obviously, it was the robots. That your doubts may be alert. I have taken to the liberty of preparing a live demonstration. 4 days ago, the Majesty conducted a series of raids and procured 100 or so black fugitives. They are now conjured the locking key in the Depot de Noir at the Tour de la Diable. No doubt most of them are escaped slaves. I repeat, my mechanical laborers are tireless, but for a hair to blaze, logs must be thrown into the fire. That is why it is more necessary than ever to continue the slave trade. It will remain essential for the prosperity of our colonies. Only you no longer needs provide slaves room and board. As soon as they disembark, they will go from the state of human to life fluid, the stink of the savings. They will be the fuel for the fire, monsieur, and nothing more. Well, they get turned into oil. Key to the Tour de Diable. Caught on the scene. Boom, boom. They get turned into oil. There's probably no convenient way back this way, is there? Oh no, we can still jump up here. Good. Oh, come on. There he is. It's like, where's the big guy that was in this room before? There he is. Okay, that didn't give me an opportunity for a stealth attack, but I did charge and run at him at high speed, so that's fair enough. That makes sense. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, travel! Luxembourg. You have some things to update them on before we maybe head to the final area. But probably won't be the final area because we obviously have to return to the first ever area at some point. And probably free the Queen, Marie Antoinette, and let her eat cake. Probably. That is what I imagine. You have new powers and we've got to eventually go there. Update her on the situation and probably liberate her. And probably that's the final boss there, right? That's what I'm going to imagine. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Luxembourg. Okay, and then we speak to everyone in the church again with new things. Update them all. And probably get more keys and new areas. But then there's still that other area in that one place that we have maybe found a key for now. We did get an extra key. It goes somewhere. They'll probably tell us where, but it goes somewhere. It appeared out of nowhere. Abbé, Monsieur Ramond, and Monsieur Ballet. Hi, Gregoire.
Can I help you, Aegis?
I have a book written in
I
Latin.
found this notebook written in Latin.
Indeed. Medieval Latin, to be precise. Oh, hold on. Bon sang. Aegis, what a find. This handwriting. I would recognize it anywhere. It's in Nicholas Flamel's own hand. Give me some time to study this, and I'll tell you what I'm able to glean from it.
Okay.
Have you finished reading the notebook, mon père?
Yes, Aegis, and what I learned from it puzzles me. In this diary, Flamel tells of 3 journeys. 3 journeys into what he calls the in-between.
Aha!
A strange world filled with wandering souls. Tormented
Limbo.
spirits that are unable to ascend to heaven.
This world. It's where Cagliostro's victims were trapped until I freed them.
En effet, I believe you're right. But that's not all. Flamel planned to return there a 4th time. He wrote this in the final paragraph, in his handwriting, dated 21st of March 1418. That was the day before he died, Aegis. What if his body died while his soul was traveling through limbo? What if he were trapped?
Or he chose to be there.
Aegis, because of your unique nature, we
To
have
be
an
free
incredible
from his
opportunity.
body.
What do you mean, mon père?
If the soul that animates you has been bound to the automaton that serves as its vessel, then it can be separated from it too. And if this were the case, the soul would travel to purgatory, where Cagliostro entraps the souls of his victims.
Hold on. Are you trying to convince me to go and find Nicholas Flamel?
I'm offering you a chance to speak to the man who discovered the Philosopher's Stone. Surely you won't pass it up.
Assuming I agree to venture into purgatory, do I even have a chance of finding him there?
Certainly. According to this journal, the soul flies to the zenith of the place where it left the body of the deceased. Or that of the pilgrim, in this case. If Flamel's soul is trapped in purgatory, as we've guessed, you'll need to go to the house where he drew his dying breath.
Is it still standing?
Of course. It's on Rue de Montmorency, in the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. You can get there via the cemetery of the Église.
Of course, via the cemetery.
And how do you plan to free my spirit from this automaton?
Yes.
We would simply need to break the bond between them. To do this, we would need to stop your machinery. For a short time, of course. We don't want to lose you, ma chère. As for the rest, it will be a question of mechanics, chemistry, or electric currents, or something.
So to choose to die in a specific location,
This is far beyond my comprehension, but it is fascinating.
and it will teleport you to limbo.
Perhaps Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier could shed some light on the matter.
Goodbye, mon père.
No, you just need to die at this location, and then it will transport you to a different realm.
Monsieur Raymond,
Go on, Aegis.
Dark Souls.
I went to the Hotel de Massiac as agreed. What I discovered goes beyond your darkest conjectures. The club's members have no intention of merely depriving their slaves of rest.
Of their souls.
With the king's support, they plan to replace them with automat harvesters. The Count of Cagliostro is behind the plan.
Ma foi. But such a plan would certainly only improve the lot of these unfortunate...
No, we're turning them into robots.
If the planters get their way, they will have a greater need of slaves than ever. Only this time, they intend to slaughter them to power their machines.
Quelle abomination!
Par tous les saints.
4 days ago, the Paris Guard captured 100 black people. They were to be sacrificed as part of an experiment to test the effectiveness of the automat harvesters. Luckily, I was able to prevent the massacre.
Where are they now?
In a place they call the Dépôt des Noirs. I don't know where it is, but I managed to get the key. It bears the inscription, Tour du Diable.
The Devil's Tower is a prison in Vincennes, within the chateau walls.
That's 3 leagues from here. We'll only be able to free the prisoners once we're able to move freely ourselves.
At least they
Or
will
I
spare
go.
the fate that the king and his accomplices had planned for them.
And what will you do with the 2 servants you employ, Monsieur Raymond?
I will continue to treat them well, as I always have.
However, under the laws you insist on following, they will become slaves again the moment they leave the kingdom for Saint-Domingue.
Certainly not, Monsieur de Robespierre. What kind of a man would I be if what I have heard had not opened my eyes? The planters of Massiac have been proven to be nothing but avaricious murderers. I thought I was dealing with opposition, but now I discover them to be vile enemies, from whom it would be vain to expect any compromise. From this day on, I will fight against their interests with all my strength, and will not lay down my arms until the last slave in the Empire has been freed.
Rest assured, then, that the people will fight by your side, Monsieur Raymond.
That's the spirit, my friends. Vive l'égalité.
How Julien Raymond and his fight against. Do you need help there, sir? In his fight against slavery. The guy just sitting judgmentally staring at me.
Monsieur Bailly,
I found a box.
I found this box with astronomical symbols on it. I believe it belongs to Vaucanson's daughter.
Athénaïs' secret box. I built it with my own hands. It was my gift to her on her 15th birthday.
I wasn't able to open it.
Naturellement. Athénaïs and I are the only ones who know how. Allow me. You must arrange the planets the way they were aligned on the day of Athénaïs' birth. Voila, like this.
What's this locket?
Athénaïs is always wearing this. It contains a portrait of her late mother. She said it was her most cherished possession in all the world. To think, the poor child never knew her own mother.
A skull. Ate many heads. Taking it to the basement. Yeah, he's taking it to put her soul in the dancer.
You monster! What did you do to her?
Yeah, he's putting her soul in the dancer. With the soul box! Who would have guessed? Who could have possibly guessed that she was the dancer?
Good God. Ludia, what happened? You froze the moment you touched the locket. I thought I'd lost you.
I saw her. At a nice de Vaucanson. The Comte de Cagliostro has her.
Mon Dieu. It is just as I feared.
He bound her spirit to an automat.
Please, say no more. Athenais. It is her spirit that animates you, is it not?
Yes. I believe so.
Seigneur, quelle abomination. It is vital that you go and find Athenais as soon as possible.
She is right in front of you. I am Athenais.
Alas, I fear that is not entirely accurate. You know nothing of Athenais, Ludia. Nothing of her past, her joys, her suffering. Nothing of her love for her father. You are but the vessel that harbors the poor child's soul.
Where can I find Athenais' body?
God only knows. Although I assume that the Comte de Cagliostro is taking pains to keep her alive, this is certainly the only way to keep her spirit alive in you. The only way to free her is to find her body.
But surely he would kill her to stop us chasing him.
Where can I find Athenais' body?
God only knows.
Or,
This
you
is
know,
certainly the
separates
only way to
her
free her.
so that
Why
we're
was
not
Eugène de
in the
Vaucanson
anymore.
imprisoned in the Bastille?
Once he discovered the king's true intentions, he refused to continue cooperating with him. He refused to use his talents to create this abominable army. But the king didn't take kindly to his resignation. Eugène did manage to get a letter to me just before he was arrested. Here, take it.
My dear Blarley, I'm writing you in secret and in great haste. May God protect the mechanical messenger I'm sending to you with this letter. They have taken me prisoner and have made no secret of the fate in store for me. I am to be sent to Bastille, where they intend to force me to reveal my final secrets. Luckily, Athenais was able to escape, but they will certainly try to hunt her down. Go to her rescue if you can. If she falls into their hands, they will use her as an instrument of blackmail, but rest assured, they will not get anything out of me, even if it means my life. Adieu, your friend Eugene. I have more to say to you.
Monsieur Bailly. Do you think there is any way to interrupt my internal clockwork?
A most unusual thought. What do you have in mind, Aegis?
I would like to briefly sever the bond between my spirit and this automat.
It is a very strange request, madame. For what purpose do you seek to free your soul from its shell?
According to the abbot, my spirit would then...
He now knows that this is the spirit of his daughter.
Dreadful place. Why on earth would you want to go there?
I hope to find answers to some very important questions.
You must understand, madame, that your very nature is a mystery to us. We are ignorant as to the principle that imbues you with life.
Other than the fact that you are his daughter
That is why
with
it
a
is
soul
impossible for us
injected
to make
into it.
Even the slightest alteration. It would mean taking an unacceptable risk. Of course, if we had documents that could shed light on the matter.
Antoine, the blueprints.
What blueprints, mon ami?
Ludia's. Eugène gave them to me when he was working on the modifications ordered by the king. He wanted my opinion on the potential for reducing the size of certain key parts. The documents are obsolete now, but they could tell us quite a bit about the mechanical principles that are shared by Ludia and Aegis.
Bon sang, you're right. Where are the blueprints now?
Alas, the situation is not in our favor. I kept them in the safe at the observatory. But earlier, when I went there to collect my most important documents, before setting off for the convent, I found looters making off with its contents.
Of course,
Scavengers.
people stole
Their
them.
kind are always quick to make the most of chaos.
I chased them to the quays, but was unable to apprehend them. When they disappeared into an underground passageway under the Louvre, I decided it was best not to follow them.
You acted wisely, mon ami. The automats are everywhere, and the marauders don't stand much of a chance.
I'll try to track them down.
I already did, didn't I? And then they were like, run for it! But we couldn't chase after them because there was a gate that is probably now open.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
Because we probably weren't meant to go
The
there
the
earlier.
warehouse suggests that the gunpowder was moved to the Bastille.
Diable. You must find a way to get there and put an end to this threat.
Goodbye, Monsieur Levoy.
Hey, that's all you wanted to say. You must find them and put an end to it. I feel like we already found the looters. Because there were some people stealing something in the sewers and they were like, run for it, and we couldn't go in there, but maybe that was the place that we're meant to go now. Achieve Lydia's blueprint! It's just one thing in the Tillery. But then you're going to make me go back to them again, aren't you? It's like we're going to have to go back and forth and back and forth. Over and over again. When we don't want to. Really. Bum 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 bum. Got enough souls that we probably could crunch them all into a level up. I'm not going to. Feel like we've got a lot of excessive big souls that would definitely crunch into a level. We're not going to do that. We are not. Promise. I promise you that much. We shan't. Pass. Shall not chomp them up. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Mon l'atelier. Tuileries. Tuileries? I don't know how you meant to pronounce it. Tuileries? I know that they did pronounce it before, but of course they're a long way away. And it is in the sewer, isn't it? It is the sewer thing. Down the sewers that we've been inside before. We must chase the way through and find them again. Because obviously we were going through all the gates that we weren't meant to go yet. Yeah, this is absolutely just going to lead us.
Observatory. Poor souls. They didn't stand a chance.
To those other guys that we've already killed. Oh, I was waiting for you to turn around, you know. Okay. Damn it. Eat the thing then. Why are you pulling out a gun? Not gun. There we go. Damn it! They didn't stand a chance, so neither did we apparently. I was messing up. Don't just jump in the water, that would be very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Okay, so all the sewers that we opened up, thankfully, led us around easily. We've already opened the shortcuts. So I don't know if that affected the waypoints. It might have, it might not have. Ow. Okay, we didn't quite open the gate. Come on, open it. Carriage token.
Unfortunately, they're in perfect condition. Monsieur Bailly will be delighted.
Ouch. There's been nothing else in it. What's the point in the carriage token? What is the point? Nothing, nothing, nothing. I'm not even bothered fighting these. Gonna bother. Yeah, I feel like this is where they ran. Like, we followed them after the noise, and then that's where they ended. Like, we sort of heard them. But because we got them earlier, maybe we avoided doing a lot. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Key. Key sides. I feel like we avoided doing a lot. It just wants me to go back to the church again, doesn't it? Correspondence. Ah. Madame enclosing transcript couple of your husbands. Okay, here the blueprints restaurant. Your thieves were not able to profit much from their thefts. They met with an unfortunate end. An unfortunate fate to say. Those poor devils probably did not deserve such a definitive event. What would they have done with these documents? By the grace of God, Monsieur Lavoisier, I have been able to learn valuable information from them. We have located the archaic timer system that Monsieur de Vaucanson used to set the duration of Lydia's dances. We are certain that the device is still in place, and if we reverse it, we set an inactive time during which your spirit will be separated from your mechanical body. However, for you to be able to do this without our help, we must make one modification to your design. We must install a pin that you can remove at the appropriate time. Please return to Cordelia Conference as soon as possible. Eugene. Vitriol. Okay, there's a few that we haven't responded to there. Travel. To go back. Of course they want me to go back to Luxembourg. It's always back to Luxembourg. Always. And more loading. And loading, loading, loading. It's always loading. We go back to Luxembourg. We will never stop loading. Loading, loading, loading. Away to Luxembourg. 2 days to Christmas. That's all there is left. 2 days. And I gotta work tomorrow from 8 AM till 4 PM. Till 5 PM. Yeah, till 5 PM. Not till 4 PM. Till 5. It's fine though. It's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It actually is. It actually is really good. Like, it's actually a pretty good job. Pretty good. I'm very lucky. Very lucky. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're in. Okay, who are we talking to? Send or bring Lydia's blueprints back. I already sent them back. And we also had to still come back here anyway.
Here are the blueprints you asked for.
Good heavens. You found them.
Your thieves were not able to profit much from their theft. They met with an unfortunate end.
Oh, the poor souls. Their crimes did not deserve such a permanent ending.
Certainly, certainly. Let us look at these documents now, if you will.
Certainly, I don't care. Just show me the documents. F. The F wheel.
You're right.
The death.
It's driven by the B wheel, and its axis is on the shaft that's visible at this point.
Precisely. In fact, the shaft sits between the conical bearing.
Shaft is behind the
See?
conical bearing. The conical bearing connects to
All
the
we would have to do is
knee
separate
bone.
these two plates to disable the entire thing.
And to put them back in place at the agreed time to start the machine again.
You will not be able to assist me. I have to do it alone. Half a league away.
You must be joking.
By no means. You'll have to find another solution.
Unfortunately, madame, you're asking us to do...
Then you will have to come along with me.
Oh, ça, par exemple.
Once your spirit is untethered from this automat, it will be impossible for you to start the machine up again.
Hold on, my dear Antoine.
But you made it a tiny thing.
In figure 4. Is it still in place?
Yes, it is. What of it?
Bon sang. It's a timer. It's primitive, true, but fully functional.
The dial has marks from 1 to 15. Probably minutes.
It was to allow Eugène to plan the duration of Ludia's dances in advance.
Oh, I see. And by reversing the position of this peg in the center, we could instead turn it into a period of inactivity.
Nous y sommes, mon ami. Fantastic.
Will Aegis be able to operate this device herself?
We'll make it easier for her. All you have to do is put a bolt there that she can remove when the time is right. Yes, a small iron rod will suffice. We won't have any trouble finding something that will do. When the timer dial reaches 0, the automat will come back to life. However, given the dial's fragility, we will probably get only one chance to try this.
Only one
Are you
chance.
sure that the bond between my soul and this machine will be re-established?
Ma foi, I admit that we can't be sure of this. What do you say, mon père?
Don't be afraid, Aegis. Unless I've been wrong from the beginning, your soul will seek refuge in the only body it has available to it in this world.
Well then, shall we start the preparations?
I mean, we died a few times, so...
My fate is in your hands, monsieur.
Voila. Everything is in place. When it's time, just pull on this metal loop to start the timer.
Remember, you will have 15 minutes and no more before your spirit returns to your body. We wish you good luck, madame.
Remember,
One
to get
attempt
to Rue de Montmoreau,
and 15
you're
minutes.
best going through the cemetery behind the Église Saint-Jacques in the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. Here is the key to the gate. Our prayers are with you, my child.
Now we have the key to the gates. No one else has anything to say? Ba-da-da-dum. The recluse in the abyss awaits. You will have to wait another day. And another time, because we're probably going somewhere else entirely. La Cité! Enter the in-between. In the city between, where sides that wait for us. Obviously, that one gate we were right by before that we should have had the key to, but I guess we had a whole heap of other quests. We probably couldn't have gone in that gate anyway, because I think this whole quest line started from that anyway. It's not like we could have done it in advance and got the key and, you know, just came out there and done it, right? At least we've unlocked all the fast routes to it. For doing. Oh! It's still annoying. Last set of adverts. Because there's another one set in another minute, but that should interrupt them. Surely, Twitch. That should interrupt them. That's how it works. How it's supposed to work. So whether it does or not is another thing. It is how it is supposed to work. So we run the adverts whilst it is loading so that it interrupts them. That's the day. The fan. The daggers. Into the in-betweeners. Guy that has all of the cameos. King of the cameos. So I get some, and people love them. But we'll never have as many requests as he has. Maybe top 30%, but we'd never get as high as the in-betweeners guy. Don't break now. Don't break now. SteelRising.exe application error. I hope I didn't need to manually save. I presume traveling counted as saving. But you dare question the in-betweeners guy? I think that's why we're going to call it a day for today, because otherwise, you know, I got to load up and everything, and then, you know, I need to be up really, really early tomorrow. So that's what we're going to call it a day for today. Thank you for everyone that watching and lurking. I do appreciate you all. Yeah, I'll be back on day with something, and I'll catch you all next time. See you then. Bye-bye.